Hey, welcome, welcome. Who are we taking tonight? Who is going to win the game tonight? Is Indiana going to keep it alive, or is Oklahoma going to win the chip? What are your thoughts? We're talking basketball. We're talking playoffs today. I have a very light glow to myself. Oh well. Guess it is what it is. So sit back, relax, make some comments, smash the like, feel free to follow the channel. And yeah, we're talking basketball today, so let's go. The Great Nepal Adventure. Hey, what's up? Who are you taking tonight? Oklahoma or the Pacers? Who you going with? Welcome. We're talking basketball this evening. Of course, night of all nights, the playoff game's happening tonight. So, who's winning it? Oklahoma or Indiana? Comment below. Feel free to drop a couple little chats here and there. I'll be on for a little bit. Just, chatting basketball, that kind of stuff. So, me personally, I think Oklahoma's going to win tonight. I think they got the better chance to win for sure. I think it's in the cards, unless for some reason Halliburton can pull out a magic magician again. But we shall see at 8:30 tonight. I will be tuning in and watching that game for sure. Will you be watching tonight? Comment below on whether or not who you think is going to be winning tonight. Anybody know what the Vegas odds are? FanDuel, DraftKings, anybody know who the odds are for tonight? Anybody want to look that up? Who's into that? Thanks for tuning in. Please do make some comments below. Let's keep this chat log going. I got one what's up. Fantastic. Let's keep it rolling though. We can even talk about your favorite teams. We can talk about other sports as well. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be completely on NBA Finals topic, but yeah, that's what's up. Welcome. Comment below on who you think is going to be winning tonight. Who's everybody's thoughts on who's winning? Me, I'm going with Oklahoma. I think they're going to win it tonight, and that's going to be the end of it. And then I'll be just having to make WNBA commentary content for the summertime, because there'll be no more basketball. So then I'll be forced to do WNBA. But hey, holy smokes, some of those WNBA games recently have been quite something. Especially that rumble in the Indiana Fever game the other night. Woo! Holy smokes. Yeah, they keep saying he ain't playing. I don't know. They keep saying Halliburton, he's not playing tonight. That's what they're saying. So, Oklahoma's going to win tonight. And that's going to be that. They're going to get their little championship. And, it'll be good. Yeah, I would agree with you. Sketch. I would agree with you, Sketch. Oklahoma. And you know what? It's kind of interesting because, like, a couple years ago when they drafted Chet, I was like, in the next few years they're gonna be like top team in the West when they drafted Chet. And I just, for some reason, I know he's not the focal point of the team, SGA is, but man, I was like, when they drafted him though, I was just like, they're making serious moves. And sure enough, look at that. Look at this. Look where they're at right now. What a steal getting SGA from the Clippers. Holy, who would have thought? Who would have known, right? What a steal. What a steal. He's playing. All right, cool. Last thing I keep seeing on all the social media posts is like, oh, he might not play. He's not going to play, blah, 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 blah. I mean, these guys make enough money, and the stakes are so high in this game. Even if he was just slightly injured, not a big deal, he can play. Like, come on. That's why some people dislike the NBA today. Just for that fact. The fact that these guys are too soft. All right, that's cool. Well, I mean, I'm going to be watching at 8:30 tonight, so I'm going to be tuning in. Lately, I've been watching a lot of the WNBA. That's mostly what's been on, but there's been some good games though in the W. Yep. A right calf strain. All right. Yeah, I mean, a strain, a pull, a strain. You know, they got medical professionals that can, work that out. I even got one of those cheap Walmart massage guns from when I used to play basketball, and sometimes I'd get a calf cramp, and I'd take that thing in my little gym bag and be like, and that thing worked magic. And they got an arsenal of $1 million trainers to massage and bathe and do this and that and work it out and stretch it out and whatever they're doing. So, no excuses. The NBA Finals. Come on, a little calf strain. You can rest it after the season's over, right? That's how I'm saying. Some of these guys, man. Oh, we got a hurt pinky finger. Put some Robitussin on it and get out there and play. I think a lot of people are going to be watching tonight. That is for sure there. Barkov and Beyond. Beyond. Oh, that's an interesting tag name. You have an interesting tag name. Barkov and Beyond. I think, all right. I love people when they comment. I love to see their tags. Some of the very creative names. Somebody got me once. Somebody had some kind of like moderator or something or another. They're like, I was like, what? We're gonna shut your live stream down. I was like, what? It looked so official. It got me. It was a good tag. Good tag. Yeah. So what's your favorite teams? Who are you following outside of the NBA Finals? Oh, all right. So you're from Florida, huh? Panthers fan? Right on. Fun little thing, if you're from Florida, probably know this already, though, that the 4 out of the 5 last Stanley Cups have been won by Florida teams. Ain't that something? 2 Tampa Bay, and, this is Bucks hat, but 2 Tampa Bay teams and obviously the Panthers team. So that's pretty something. And actually, there was something I read about hockey and how the teams currently that are winning have to do with some type of luxury tax or some kind of tax that they don't have to pay because of like whatever the state taxes are or something, and so they can give the players more money. I don't know. There's this whole thing that I was reading. It kind of made sense to me. MLB Brewers. All right. Packers. All right, that's fine. A lot of people like the Packers. Currently, I'm making a predictions list. So if you do want to follow my channel, every day I am putting out my picks for each NFL team. I've started today. So today I chose the New England Patriots. I picked the wins and the losses. Tomorrow I'm going to be putting out my Kansas City Chiefs wins and loss picks. And I will be doing that for every single NFL team until I run out. And I'll be doing one a day just so I can spread out my content a little bit. But yeah, so if you're into that, check that out. And yeah. Thank you. I do appreciate the subscriptions. I really do, because I'm in my hunt for 4,000 followers. I do get a lot of viewership that is non-subscribed, which is perfectly fine. I appreciate all of it. But the subscriber counts really do project small guys like myself. So I do appreciate that. So be on the lookout for my wins and losses picks in the NFL season, if you like that. And I will be doing the Packers at some point. Like I said, I'm going to be doing all the teams. So if you're into that, I'll be doing it. And then people can comment and be like, dude, what are you thinking? They're not going to beat them or whatever. I like the little banter back. That's always good. I like the comments. Oh, also, in this live stream, please do keep things appropriate in your comments. I do have all my scrubbers on, so keep it clean, people, and keep it friendly. From Michigan. Okay, I'm just seeing some of these. From Michigan, currently in Florida. That's a big jump, Michigan to Florida. You must like the weather in Florida, at least. Well, it must be really hot down there right this time of the year. Just catching up on you back. Looking off to the side, so that way I don't always have to look at the tiny print on my phone. So I'm looking off to the side on my bigger printed area here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hot here in New England right now, and yeah, it's hot here, and I live up by like Canada, so and it's hot here. Well, it's hot for us at least. Although I prefer the colder weather person. I don't like to be hot, humid, and sticky. I don't mind dry hot, but I can't do that humid Florida hot. Ugh. I don't know how y'all do it down there. You must live in air conditioning. If you're just joining in, we're talking basketball, we're talking sports, we're talking whatever, really. Put your picks down. Oh, someone gave me some hearts. Thank you. I appreciate the hearts. Put your predictions down on who you think is going to be winning tonight. We have, I guess, confirmation that Halliburton is going to be playing, although he might not be at 100% due to a calf strain. I'm picking Oklahoma. They winning it tonight. That's it. They hosting that trophy. Just like the other day, the Florida Panthers hosted the Stanley Cup. Oh, speaking of the Stanley Cup, for those of you who are just joining in, the Stanley Cup is the most beautifulest trophy out of all the trophies. Please, if you think there's a better looking trophy than the Stanley Cup, comment on this, because I don't think there's a better looking trophy than the Stanley Cup. I mean, it's big, beautiful. They write the players' names and the teams that win it on it and this and that, and then they take a ring off when the rings are full. I don't know. I mean, I think it is gorgeous. Yeah, see, I'm glad you agree with me. The Stanley Cup is the best looking one. See, I think it is. I think it's fantastic. I mean, if other people disagree or they think there's something better, I mean, the Lombardi Trophy is pretty decent, but Caitlin Halliburton. Oh my God! Everybody's talking about Caitlin Clark, and the eye poke, and then the push, and then Cunningham getting into it at the other end later on. I mean, that has been the biggest talk. Maybe that's what I should have been talking about. And let me tell you, I actually put a short video out there with my little bit of commentary on that. And let me tell you, it's gotten like 14,000 views. And I'm like, holla! I never get that many views. If I get 1,000 views, then I'm like ballin'. But yeah. Thanks for all these extra hearts. I love it. Thank you. I do appreciate the hearts. Make sure we get the thumbs up buttons too for the live stream, because that'll just help keeping it going. I got some laughing emojis. Hey, I'm just saying, it's true though, man. The likes for small like this, it goes. I start down here, right? I start down here, and then I get a couple likes, and then this is what happens. That's how YouTube works. A lot of people don't know how it works, and the more of that kind of stuff. And of course, the bigger the following you have, if you're like a Mr. Beast, you're automatically on the top chart, regardless. What do we got? LeBron, Kobe, or Jordan? Which one? Oh, everybody always. This is a common theme that everybody always talks about in my live stream. If I had to pick a team, I mean, I'm going to go with Jordan number one. And actually, I just put out a short video on Jordan's 55-point game monster points against the Suns. The Suns in the playoffs here. I just put a video out about that. But I would go Jordan, Kobe, and then LeBron. But that's my order. But I can get into that in a second. I don't like LeBron, but he is good. LeBron's great. I mean, a lot of people don't realize he's great. I hate LeBron. A lot of people. But you know what? If LeBron played for your favorite team, would you hate him? Right? If he played for your team, would you hate LeBron? That's a question right there. But a lot of people always put that one in there, and I got to say this. I think, they all played in different time eras, except for Kobe and LeBron. They both played in the same. But do you know that Kobe Bryant played against Michael Jordan? But Michael Jordan was at the tail end of his career at that point. LeBron is the GOAT. Yeah, all right. He is the greatest of all time in scoring. I will give you that. And I will not take that away from LeBron James. He is the greatest scorer in NBA history. You can say otherwise. He's got the most points. Yeah, he's been in the league for 20 years, but you know what? His longevity is top tier. He did. That's right. He did play for one of the biggest rivals. LeBron, Curry, Jason. Well, Curry, I mean, Steph Curry just has revolutionized the game. I mean, and unfortunately, if you want to look back to like Jordan era and let's say the Curry era, and everybody talks about how boring the NBA is now, you can kind of blame Steph Curry for that, to be honest. Because, in that 55-point highlight thing that I posted today, actually, on my YouTube Shorts, Michael Jordan didn't take 1 3 in the entire 55 points that he scored against the Phoenix Suns. So put that into perspective. He scored 55 points from the field without taking a 3. I mean, that to me is ridiculous. Hi from Scotland, Rory. Rory, I think you've come here before. Thank you for joining. But yeah, so like I say, Curry. I blame Curry for the 3-point craze because everybody was like, "Oh, we got to guard him, we got to guard him more," and he's just popping these threes like crazy. And it was never really seen before. Just you had guys like Ray Allen who were fantastic 3-point shooters, and was the 3-point king for quite a while. Um, Reggie Miller, back in the 90s, everybody was like, Reggie Miller, oh my God, he's so amazing. His 3-point game is off the charts. And it was off the charts, Ben, because nobody focused on the 3-pointer. So, yeah. So I blame Steph Curry for the current state of the NBA. If people were crabbing about the game and how it feels too soft and everyone shoots threes, well, you can blame him because he started an arms race. That's for sure. For those who are joining in, write down below who you think is winning tonight. Pacers, OKC. So far, it seems to be OKC. It seems to be the consensus. Thank you for those who have smashed the like button. Is it me or is Jokic carrying his team, especially with the 60-point game? Yeah, I mean, he is carrying his team. Jokic is carrying his team. And, for him to be doing what he's doing on a nightly basis is ridiculous. And I'll be honest, I still think he should have won MVP over SGA. Now, I know SGA's team's in the finals. So a lot of people like, oh, but he's in the finals. You know what, though? I still think Jokic should have won. His team was winning. Yes, they didn't make it to the finals, but they determined that before then. And he literally was in every single stat category. Every stat category. He was top 5 in most of the major stat categories. SGA, just 1. Maybe 2 if you take in the foul shots. But we're not going to talk about foul baiting because he is a master at foul baiting. 4-way trade. No, I haven't seen anything about a 4-way trade. The biggest news that I saw so far, which I kind of touched on, was Desmond Bane getting traded to the Orlando Magic. But there's also a lot of rumors that they might be sending Ja Morant somewhere. So Ja Morant might be being shipped out of Memphis. I've seen some rumors about Ja. Desmond, like I said, Desmond Bane, I believe, he got shipped over to Orlando, and he was like, "Thank goodness, man, Memphis was awful." A lot of players be not loving Memphis. It's about the Mavs, the Warriors, the Lakers, the Bucks. Yeah. Well, Giannis, the Giannis ain't going anywhere. They're saying they're keeping Giannis. I guess. I mean, Kevin Durant keeps being subject to rumor of trades as well. So, I think it was at San Antonio Spurs. I think there was some type of something, but the Spurs rejected the trade offer. I don't know. I don't know how true that is. Yeah, I would agree with you. They need a replacement for LeBron to be the face of the league because LeBron's getting old. I mean, right now, currently, who is truly the face of the NBA? LeBron James, Steph Curry. Some people can argue Kevin Durant. Probably those 3 are the face of the league. And they're all getting old, and LeBron, he ain't got too many more years left. I mean, I can't imagine him playing any more than 2 or 3 more seasons. I mean, that would put him I mean, unless he wants to pull a Tom Brady route and play till 44 or something, or 45. But even then, OKC's a -6, huh? Oh, OKC in 6. Or is what? Maybe that's what you're saying. Is that what the odds are? No, that can't be the odds. I would say OKC will win tonight. Yeah, there's a lot of trade rumors. And I could definitely see. I could see, if it's right, I could see Kevin Durant getting shipped away. I don't see a team trading Giannis. They would have to give up so much for him. But I'm going to go back to that Desmond Bane trade from the Orlando Magic. Oh my gosh. They are just so bad at making trades. Now, Bane, this past season, if I recall, he was like 19 points a game. Or 19, average 19 a game or something like that. And the Orlando Magic, they traded like 4 first-round draft picks for him. And like 3 of them or 2 of them are unprotected. I don't know, man. That seems like a lot for a guy who's averaged last season 19 a game. He's not going to bring him to the promised land. Like, he's not going to get them over the hump in the East. I mean, maybe they're thinking it might help since Tatum's going to be out. But they're not getting over the Knicks. They're not going to be better than the Knicks. They're not going to be better than the Pacers. They still might not even be better than the Celtics, even with Tatum out. I don't see it. I don't see it. I heard about that. I don't think that's going to happen with Cooper Flagg. Even the Celtics have jumped in on that one. What better way to bring Cooper Flagg to the Celtics, considering Cooper Flagg's from New England, the state of Maine? I mean, what would they have to give up? They would have to probably give up Derek White, Jaylen Brown, maybe, to get Cooper Flagg. But, that's a promise. You don't know. I mean, look what happened with Zion Williams. I mean, he was like, everyone thought he was like the biggest stud, and he's been one of the biggest duds. Not biggest duds, but hasn't really panned out to what he was going to be, right? Right, might as well. I mean, hey, why not? Kevin Durant, as long as the team, whoever gets Kevin Durant, okay, as long as they get him and he doesn't have to be the leader of the team, they're good. But if you want Kevin Durant to be the leader of your team, your franchise, that ain't working out. He ain't gonna do it. It's not gonna happen. Move on. Right? That's why it worked out in Golden State, because Curry was the leader of the team and Durant didn't have to have that role. He's soft when it comes to that. I mean, look, we had on Brooklyn. They should have dominated in Brooklyn. Instead, you had a bunch of guys who are pretend leaders. That's my take on Kevin Durant. Fantastic talent, don't get me wrong, but he is no leader. So whatever team trades for him, they got to make sure that they got an alpha dog, not a beta. Thank you all for those who are just tuning in. They got about 8 people watching. Please do smash the like button. Goes a long way for a small content creator like myself. Please feel free to follow the channel. I do a lot of sports shorts daily. My take. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not so good, but hey, whatever. Do a lot of also review videos as well. Foods, restaurants, products. Sometimes I do some live stream video gameplay. My channel's kind of the whole bag. KD and Kyrie. But I mean, didn't they also have like one point even they had James Harden at Brooklyn, right? I mean, the bearded wonder, or was that after? I don't remember. I can't recall. Was Kyrie hurt with Harden, or was that after when they got Harden from Philadelphia? Man, Harden's been all over the place. Holy smokes. Oklahoma, Rockets, Philly, Brooklyn, Clippers. Man, Harden's quite the journey, man. Oh, I love this. You're like my up-to-date source. Limited play. Limited play. So what does that mean? 15 minutes, 20 minutes? I mean, what was he getting? Like 30 minutes a game? Oh, we shall see what happens, right? We shall see. I'm still saying Oklahoma's winning tonight. And I think that's gonna be the end of that. For those of you who are tuning in, thank you for joining. We're talking basketball and various other things. Please do smash the like button, follow the channel, make some comments, get a little extra chat going. Most people seem to agree that Oklahoma is going to win tonight. So 100%. I see that. Yeah. 100%. We're talking NBA trades as well and everything else. So feel free to, thanks for that like. I appreciate it. Feel free to keep the comments going because then it just keeps my talking points going. If not, I'd just kind of be like, so yeah. 9 of you watching. A few of you are commenting. So please do drop your thoughts below. Are people thinking that Cooper Flagg's going to turn out to be what everyone's thinking he's going to be? Or is it going to be, I don't think he's going to be as bad as Zion, but... Cooper, yeah, there we go. See, I was just touching on Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg, okay, so Cooper Flagg, most people know, I think the biggest hype is because, one, he's out of Maine. And, New England basketball, New England high school basketball is pretty popular. So it does get a lot of hype. But being from Maine, that's not your normal, like, stud kind of thing. But it was last summer when he was still in high school where the video clips went viral of him training and playing against Team USA and how he was like, really taking it to some of those NBA players during the training camp. And a lot of people caught wind of that and saw that and were like, damn, Cooper Flagg's that nice. Now, anybody who watches basketball or follows basketball, you can see it. Of course, they're highlight reels. So, highlight reels are deceiving because it doesn't paint a complete picture. But, a lot of people have seen his highlights and like, man, he's legit. And he is a great, he's athletic. He's got a lot of athleticism. He can attack the rim good. I think one thing he got to work on is his three-point game, obviously. But, I'm trying to think of like what kind of player he might turn into be. And it's hard to me to imagine. I don't think he's not going to be like a Larry Bird. I don't know. It's hard to imagine what kind of player he might turn out to be. What are people's thoughts? What are people's thoughts? What kind of player do you think he's going to be? The second coming of Larry Bird. I think it's just because of his skin color. That's why everybody's like, ooh. But I don't think he's nah. He ain't no Larry Bird. Larry Bird was a straight up savage. All right, so Tyrese Halliburton is playing. All right, so that's good. All right, man. Hey, thanks for stopping in. Take care, okay? Um, Now, I mean, I wouldn't say his game resembles Larry Bird. I wouldn't say that at all. He's inside guy. To be honest with the way SGA is playing, the way Jalen Brown plays, I kind of say almost kind of similar to like SGA, Jalen Brown. He likes to get to the rim. He likes to penetrate the paint. Uh, you know, you did your research on Bird. Hello, peeps. Welcome. We're talking basketball. Who do you think's winning tonight? Yeah, I was a little kid um, when Larry Bird played, and so I didn't really understand basketball all that much then because I was little, and I didn't really get into basketball probably till the '90s. Of course, in the '90s, everybody talks about that's the Jordan era. But in the '80s, I was a little kid. I used to watch the Celtics games because my dad would put it on the TV, and I didn't realize what I was watching at the time. But man, oh man, now that I go back and watch some of those Larry Bird highlights, whoo! I mean, the stuff he was doing then, I could see why he was, you know, the hype on him was real. And what? I love the story that I heard how at the All Star game, when the All Star game was actually like good, um, he was in the 3-point contest and he like walks into the locker room and he's like, all right, which one of y'all losers you think's gonna beat me tonight? Because no one's beating me. You're all a bunch of losers. Blah blah blah. Whatever. He was such a trash talker. People don't realize how bad trash talker Larry Bird was. And he went out there, shot the 3-point ball contest in his warm up jersey, and won. I mean, if that's not the biggest flex, winning the contest in your warm up top, I mean, come on. I got Oklahoma City tonight, there, zombies. Oklahoma's winning tonight. Oh, he was a dog, man. Larry Bird was the biggest dog there was. I mean, and it's unfortunate that, his body kind of gave out on him because it wasn't like it is today. With all the extra nutrition knowledge of the athletic training and this extra stretching and just there was just a different time era, and he probably could have his back injury is what did him in. He probably could have played a little longer if he played in today's era. He would be okay. A lot of people say, "Oh no, Larry Bird, he couldn't play in today's NBA." I disagree because he was a fantastic 3-point shooter, and that's what they would have him as. And he would have increased his shooting percentage of three ball. So he might have been, and he wasn't the super fastest guy, but there's not, he wouldn't have to be. He just have to be able to shoot that 3 ball, and he would focus on that because back in the '80s, the 3 ball wasn't a focus. People got to remember that wasn't a focus because there was some stat going around there about Draymond Green, how Draymond Green's got more 3-pointers than Larry Bird. Oh, so Draymond Green's a better 3-point shooter than Larry the legend. And I'd be like, nah, I would take Larry over Draymond any day to shoot a 3. It's just the fact that back then they didn't shoot the 3. It wasn't popular. It wasn't what they did. They did a little outside inside game, and the big guys, the big dogs, they pounded the paint. They punished him, at the rim. You know? Yeah, I mean, for sure. People act like if you move players to current time. I think for some guys, I think it would be okay. For I will say this, for a guy like Patrick Ewing, absolutely not. He would not. He would not. He would be on the bench, a G leaguer. I don't care what people say. Patrick Ewing could not translate into today's NBA whatsoever. He talking about he come out, I could dominate. No, you wouldn't dominate, Patrick, because you could. The whole entire team would be down on the other side of the court, and you'd still be at the foul line and yours trying to trot back. I'm telling you, and he only had an inside game, and no. Patrick Ewing, absolutely not. Larry Bird, yes, because he had inside and outside. He had some hustle and muscle. He would translate. So you got to kind of look at it like who would be able to kind of bridge the gap between old style and new style. And unfortunately, a lot of those big, lumbering, lunking guys, they wouldn't translate well. The ones that don't run the floor well. Yeah. I got to talk about something. I got to keep people watching. I got 11 people watching. So I'm balling out here. This is like a high right now. I got 11. And I got 4 likes, which is fantastic. Would LeBron James be able to play? Oh, yes. Yes, he would. Because yes, LeBron would. His athleticism alone and his speed and his pure size, yeah. Plus, he would be able to extend the floor, which they had never seen before. Yep. But LeBron's one of the greatest chameleons in basketball. If you look back from when he first entered the NBA to where he is now, his 3-point game wasn't really huge until Curry's time started. Okay? And if you kind of look back, he shot 3 ball, right? But he slowly started to adapt his game, and he shoots the 3 ball a lot more now than he ever did in the beginning part of his career. So he's even evolved his game over his 20-year plus career. Wouldn't be special back then. Yeah, you know what? If it was in the 80s, that's the bruiser era, he might have a real hard time. In the 90s, though, I think he would definitely be probably a head-to-head with Michael Jordan. But who knows what team he would be on, right? Pacers are going to... Yeah! I love it. Yeah, they are. Yep, they're going on vacation. Yep, the Pacers are going on vacation tonight. What time is it? An hour and a half till tip-off. Yep, Pacers are going on vacation. Hey, thank you for that like. I got 5 likes. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're into sports shorts and stuff. I do my little 1-minute hot take on a lot of stuff. And if you're into food reviews and various other products, I got all that covered as well. Pacers will win tonight. All right, so the Zombie Slayer says that the Pacers are winning tonight. And we're going to a game 7. I mean, ideally, the NBA would probably like that if you want to talk about the script, right? So if we're talking about the script, of course they want a game 7 because that's just more revenue, more ticket sales, more everything. So yeah, of course the NBA would love to have a game 7. Hello, Juan Jack. Hello, Juan. What's my hottest NBA take? Yeah, the script. Right. I know, and then you got the theory about the magnets in the ball and the rim can be intensified and detensified. Anybody hear about that one? Where inside the bladder there's these magnets. They're like very thin that cover the ball inside, and that the rim has like a intensifier magnet on it, so it can attract the ball a little bit better or not attract the ball. Because you'll see like teams will go on like a real tear, like scoring a ton of points, and then all of a sudden they can't seem to hit the broadside of the barn. That's where they're. And then there was this one video clip where this guy was like fixing the backboard, and the rim, something was messed up with the rim, and then somebody saw this like wire hanging out from like the rim, and so yeah, that's my hot take. That's my, you want my hot take? My hot take is that the rims are magnified. That's a hot take. I never. Yep. Yeah, that's my hot take. So if you want my hot take, there you go. That's a hot, controversial take. The rims are magnified. The balls have thin magnets in them, and that they can turn up or turn down the intensity of the rim attracting the ball. So when you get those weird, and then it goes in or whatever, and then all of a sudden they shut it off, and then there's like a slew of just nothing happening. Like, the other team just went on a 12-0 run. You know, the Knicks couldn't make a basket for 6 minutes straight. And it's like, what? You know, all speculation. But that's my hot take. Oh, we got a Pacers symbol. I mean, my favorite, Reggie Miller. He is my favorite Indiana Pacers player of all time, Reggie Miller. Although Rick Smits was pretty fun and entertaining too, back in the day. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past the NBA or any of the other sports. You know, they say football. Ooh, it's hot in my house. I would say football too is another one. You know, they're saying that the guys, the balls have like magnets, and their gloves got magnets, and when they do those one-handed ridiculous catches, I don't know. That's another story for the fall time, I guess. Right? I gotta save something for when September rolls around and football season rolls around. I gotta, you know, because there'll be a long drought of basketball other than WNBA. And NFL is the new WWE. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. Yeah. You know, the NFL lives on that drama. And that's why they like it when all their players do naughty things outside of football and they don't get punished for it. Although, I'm not sure what's happening with that whole situation with the Patriots and Stephon Diggs, is it? I think it's Stephon Diggs. The whole boat thing and the party, and people are like, what, he can't have a party on a boat? And I don't know much about that, but I know the Patriots are like, we don't really like that. But this ain't the Bill Belichick Patriots no more. It's not the Patriots way no more. So this is a new era of Patriots. So the old way is out the window because the old boss is gone. So I don't know how that's going to pan out. All right, so Diggs is in. All right, so you know that was just drama. Again, NFL, WWE, drama. You know, they want that drama. More drama than a Murray TV show, I guess. Or what was that other one there? Maury Povich and what was that? What was that other TV show that used to be on TV? I can't think of the name. Dang it! It's gonna bother me. Yeah, Pacers are gonna lose. Unless, you know, the only way they win is magically, the magic magician Halliburton, that's what I've dubbed Halliburton, the magic magician. Unless Halliburton then can magically, like, oh, look, he came back from his injury, his pulled muscle, and now, whatever, so. Yeah, we'll see. I think the Oklahoma's going to win. Jerry Springer, that's it, the Jerry Springer show. See, I knew it was going to come to me sooner or later. The Jerry Springer show. Daytime TV at its finest there. If anybody's just tuning in, thank you for tuning in. We're talking basketball this evening. Talking playoffs, we're talking trades, we're talking rumors, we're talking hot takes, and everything else. Please do feel free to smash the like button and drop some commentary in the chat log to keep the live stream rolling and going, I guess. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, thank you for that like. I do appreciate it. Comment below for all those who have not yet who you think's winning tonight. All right, some new comments coming in. Yeah, all right, let's see what we got. Kevin Durant, Heat or Rockets? I have been keeping up with the WNBA. I'll touch on that in a minute. So stay tuned on that. Thank you for liking Zombie Slayer and subbing. I do appreciate that. Like I said, I'm trying to grow my channel as much as I can. I've been at it for 6 years now. I've been on YouTube. It took forever because I'm not 20 years old and I don't wear a bikini and I'm not that attractive looking. And I don't throw myself off buildings or blow up cars or, stuff like that. Oh, but anyway, back to topic. Kevin Durant, he is not going to the Rockets because the Rockets already have a good young core group of players. So they ain't going to give up all that to get him. So he's not going to the Rockets. The Heat could be a possibility. Pat Riley does not like to be mediocre. So I could see him going to Miami and playing with Bam Adebayo maybe. But then what do they got to give up for him though? Like what can Miami give them? They already got rid of Jimmy Buckets Butler. So I don't know. I don't know what they could give him to get him in Miami, to be honest. Let's see. So as for the WNBA, I have been doing quite a bit of WNBA sports shorts on my page. So I got quite a bit of Caitlin Clark, obviously, because she's the most popular one, and everybody wants to know about Caitlin Clark. Obviously, fantastic three-point talent. In my opinion, is really exposing the mediocreness of the WNBA players. And I think that's why she's getting a lot of hate. Because she is way up here on the talent skill level. And they're so down here that she's just exposing their bad basketball. And that's why they hate her. But I will say this, and this is a hot take. Another hot take. A WNBA hot take. Paige Beckers, Dallas Wings, former UConn. I believe she is personally a better, more well-rounded basketball player than Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is exciting. She's electrifying. She's got the snaz, the jazz, the showmanship, the deep logo threes, which the kids love. But I feel like there's components of her game that are just not quite there. But if you watch Paige Beckers play, she's got three ball. It's fair she can shoot it deep. She's got a good handle. Her turnover ratio is kind of low. She's got mid-range. She's got dribble drive penetration. She's got good dishing abilities. So I kind of feel like, but she doesn't have the same showmanship, the same snazz and pizzazz, the sparkle, so to speak, as Paige Becker, as Caitlin Clark. But I think Paige Beckers is a more well-rounded player. But yeah, I got all that on there. So yeah, So make sure you're following the channel. You'll see my stuff. I usually post daily on my YouTube Shorts, or at least I try to post daily, a couple times a day, different takes. Sometimes it can be old stuff, sometimes it can be new stuff. So make sure you follow. And somebody must have said something naughty, because on my phone here it says this message is held for review. So remember, people, let's keep it friendly. Let's keep it clean. Okay? I'm all about having conversations, but hopefully nobody wrote something that was rude or, disgusting, because I'm not about that. I just want to have a nice, clean live stream. He should go back to Golden State. Well, if he went back to Golden State, he would win. He would win another championship. I have the same take. Not a hot take for me. Yeah, he would. If Kevin Durant went back to Golden State, he wouldn't have to be the man. He wouldn't have to be the team leader. And then you got Jimmy Butler buckets out there. So yeah, with the three of them, I think they could get it done. They were kind of a sleeper team this year in the West. Yeah, I think if he went there, but he's not going back there. He's not going back there. I don't know where he's gonna go. He's so weird. I don't even know. And I just hope he don't go to the Celtics. I don't want him on the Celtics. The Celtics don't need to trade no Derek White or Jaylen Brown. Well, actually, they could trade Porzingis. I don't like that guy. They can just he don't show up when they need him. What a waste, that Porzingis. Oh yeah, he has beef with Draymond. Yeah, well. You know what they say. Where's the beef from that Wendy's commercial from a long time ago? Where's the beef? Well, according to Draymond, Kevin Durant, he's like a stick. So maybe he needs some beef. TWD. Hey, TWD, The Walking. Are you representing The Walking Dead? That is my all-time favorite TV show. The Walking Dead. Love it. If that's what that means. Giannis. I don't know if Giannis is... they would have to give... The team will have to give up a lot to get Giannis. Yeah. A team has given up everything to get Giannis. Yeah. What teams could trade for him? What players would Milwaukee want to get Giannis? Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm almost going on an hour now. I would say, what team? Because, it's hard because there's all these other little things that go into it. It's not just trading a player. They got to trade a player, but then, there's a salary cap and all that other stuff. So, Lakers want Giannis and Bucks want... Yeah, hey, there you go. It's the East. Well, the East is pretty easy for the most part, but they're getting better. There's a lot of good teams in the East now. And there's actually just a lot of good teams in the NBA in general. Each team now has some legitimate superstars on each team, whereas back in the day, I'd be like, who even plays for them? Couldn't even think of some of the names, but I like to see the wealth spread out against a lot of the teams. So that's kind of nice. No, I don't want to get... No, I'm not going to live stream the game because that would probably be some kind of copyright strike or something like that. So no, won't be doing the live stream of a game because that'd probably be some kind of strike on my channel or something like that. That was probably not allowed in the fine print. Yeah. So I'll just be watching it on TV. But yeah, there's certain things that you can and cannot do on live stream with YouTube, and I believe that is one of them. I mean, you can project like your own video gameplay and stuff like that, but broadcasting something that's already like copyrighted, like the NBA, like that, you need to have like permissions, and I'd probably get shut down and whatever. If the Pacers should win, I should go live after the game. Maybe I will. I don't know. 8:30. No, oh my God, it could be done at 11 o'clock. That's way past my bedtime, and I gotta go to work tomorrow. I gotta work tomorrow. Today I didn't have to work, but so yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe, but I might be after the game. I'd probably be tired. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough is right. Hold 1 second. I shall be right back. Don't go anywhere, the 8 of you. Be like back in like 2 seconds. All right, I'm back. Uh-oh. I got a friend coming here. All right. What you doing there, buddy? Come on. Come on. I got my friend now. Here's my big giant friend. Probably wants dinner. It's 7, almost 7:30, and I haven't fed you yet, huh? So this is my big orange cat here. He got him from the Humane Society, and he is a huge guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look how big he is. And he was the runt of the litter. Okay, runt of the litter. Tiny little thing. Tiny little thing. Me and Society said, "Oh, we got kittens, right? We got kittens," and we're like, "Oh, we'll take one." And then they're like, "No, they're all gone." And then they call me back, and they're like, "Oh, we got one left. They didn't want him. He was too runty." They said, "Too runty." And I'm like, "We'll take him. We want a kitten." Now I got this big old thing here. Look at this guy. Woo! He's just a baby. Hey! Don't be biting me. I know you're hungry. I know I gotta feed you. So, yeah, look at him, giant. Hey, dude, broski. Hey! What are you? Yeah, he's hungry. I'm gonna have to feed him in a second. Nice cat, thank you. Let's see. OKC. 122 to 112. I would agree. Yeah, probably. Indiana had a good run. Yeah, I would say Pacers. You gone. They losing. Pacers are not winning tonight. And that's the end of that. All right, you know what, dude? All right, I got to feed him real quick. Just hold tight. It'll take me like 2 seconds. Oh, I got other cats. They're coming around. See? Still here. There you go, guys. Go on. Get your food, bro. Usually you like all about it. All right. Now they're happy. Halliburton, not 100%. That is right. John Halliburton is not 100%, but he's playing tonight. The Magic Magician, Halliburton. So, yeah, I think they're toast. They're toast. Yep. All right, all right. You think so? You think he's been home? I don't think he's been home. I just think, I mean, Oklahoma's just too good. SGA, chat, I mean, they just. Really, bro? I guess he wants to be part of the show. Dude, bro. What? Sorry about that. Sometimes they just like being part of my videos. Yeah, because he's a foul baiter. You know, Zombie Slayer. You know, he's he's good at getting the fouls, and he's like James Harden. I mean, James Harden, again, another guy who likes to foul bait. But I was watching. I did a short little video about Michael Jordan and his 55 game points against the Phoenix Suns there in playoffs against Charles Barkley, and he had only like 40 points in the actual game, and 15 of those points were from shooting foul shots. So, I mean, people don't talk about that when they talk about the GOAT. They don't talk about how many, really, dude. They don't talk about how many times he went to the line. Dude, you cannot, bro. No one wants to see cat booty. He is. I mean, hey, I agree. He's got it down pat. You can get those calls, but if those calls dry up, he might be in trouble. But yeah, all season long, SGA getting the calls all season long. SGA all season long getting those calls. So patience. Yeah, all right. I mean, yep. Sack. We can't forget about Sackham. Really, that's pretty interesting. SGA had more 15 plus. Wow, that's wild. That is wild. You're right. Oklahoma doesn't have any championship experience, but I think they're still the better team, and I think they're gonna win tonight. Or maybe I could be wrong. And tomorrow morning, you can follow my YouTube short that I make about the winner or the loser, and if Oklahoma loses, you'll see my short, and I'll be like, I guess I was wrong, and the Zombie Slayer was right. So Zombie Slayer, I will make a YouTube short tomorrow if I'm wrong, just for you, and I will drop your Zombie Slayer tag name in my thing, and they'll say Zombie Slayer was right, that the Pacers won and Oklahoma City lost, and we're going game 7 here, folks. So we shall see. So Zombie Slayer, stay tuned for tomorrow's YouTube short. Yeah, no problem, man. Hey, I try my best to get fan engagement as much as possible. I saw a thing once that said, like, about fan engagement. I saw this video, and it made so much sense. It's like, if people make comments on your video, try and respond to them as much as you possibly can. Obviously, there could be thousands of responses on a video, but in my case currently, because I'm so small as a creator, I don't get like that. But if you go back and look at any of my videos, any of them on my page, and you click on any of them and you look at the comment section, I have responded to almost all of them. And because I want to build that engagement on my channel. I want people to be involved. I want the comments. I want, the back and forth. I want people's thoughts. I want people's opinions, and it's okay for have different opinions, but I want to see what people are thinking, you know. But I respond to like literally almost every comment on my channel page. Doesn't matter if it's my long content, short content. I try my best to respond to everything. Yeah, that is one of my problems. I'm kind of like a trash can of channels. Thank you. I appreciate it. I have like over 2,000 videos or something like that. Yeah. So yes, my content kind of is all over the place sometimes. But that's why originally I went with review time with Tim. Obviously, I'm Tim. Because I didn't want to be stuck in like one little thing. So like when I review stuff, food, it's a food review. Product review. I'm reviewing, sports, basketball, football, baseball, hockey content. I'm reviewing, commentating on it. So it's a review of that. So I try to. The only thing that's kind of the outlier is like the video game play, but that's just some filler, and whatever. Not too many people watch it, and I don't, it's just the actual play, and it's just a filler. But if you look at my header, it does say food, sports, and whatever. But yeah. But you know what? I'm not doing this to be the next Mr. Beast. I'm not doing this to be the next Logan Paul. I've been doing it for 6 years. It's fun. I enjoy it. I like talking to people. I like reading people's comments, and that's why I do it. And I'll keep doing it until I, find that it's not enjoyable anymore. And so far, 6 years in, and I'm still loving it, so I'm just going to keep doing it. Well, I do love myself a good burger. So, Mr. Zombie Slayer, I have a whole thing on my YouTube channel under my profiles, my page. It's called Burgers of Vermont, where I have been traveling around the great state of Vermont, testing out burgers, and I've ranked them accordingly. I still have more to come, but I've kind of slowed my pace down a little bit because burgers are not getting cheaper by any means. But so yeah, burgers are my thing. I love a good burger with whatever. Smash burgers, grass-fed, this, that, local beef, you name it. I got a whole list of my top, 15 burgers in the entire state of Vermont. A lot of people have watched that content. Do all sorts of other food reviews too, but burgers are my main go-to. But man, oh man, let me tell you, going out to eat is not getting any cheaper. Yep, happy Thursday. Whoop, whoop. Sports highlights. Right. Yeah, I wouldn't say they punish me. I think my short content gets out there because I keep my short content to sports shorts. Very rarely do I actually do any type of food review short video. I kind of save that for TikTok. But then my long content, it's strictly just review videos. So going out to a restaurant, review a restaurant. Ramen noodles. People love to watch ramen noodles, and I have 60 plus ramen noodle reviews on my playlist page. Literally 60 plus. It's ridiculous how many different varieties of ramen noodle there are out there, and I'm not even done going through them all. So I don't think I would get punished, but I will say this: you can get blacklisted. They say that's not real, but no, that is like legit. You can get blacklisted, even though YouTube says it's not real. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna be starting my dinner pretty soon. Yeah, please do, Zombie. Check it out. Like I said, I got so much on my channel. I like to just think of my channel like as a junk drawer. I got a little bit of everything for something, and that's fine. Like that's just how I want to run it, and that's what I'm gonna do because it's what I want to do. So whether or not I, ever reach that fantastic silver or golden plaque, who knows? I mean, someday I would love to have one of those, but to get a silver plaque, I think I need to have 100,000 subscribers. And I'm barely at 4,000. I'm almost to 4,000. My goal, end of summer, 4,000 subscribers. So, and I think I'll get that. Right, exactly. I'm like I said, it's something I just started to do, and I was like, yep. And yeah, and I'm pretty consistent with my uploading. So, like my review videos, every Wednesday and Sunday, I got a new review video coming out, whether it's a product or food or a restaurant. That's every Wednesday, every Sunday, I got something. And then, every day, for the most part, I upload 3-4 different short sports content, sometimes only one or two, or green screen short content where, you green screen yourself and commentate on the highlights or whatever. Yeah. Hey, thank you. That's kind of the point, right? I'm just trying to, build something. I'm trying to get people to at least have a good time or, an escape for 10, 15 minutes or however long people are watching for. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Like I said, one day at a time. One day at a time. So maybe someday I'll get that 100K. Yeah. And if I don't, oh well. At least I'm having fun doing it. What's the next stream? Great question. Oh, yeah. I touched on that earlier. I'll touch on it again. I don't know what the next stream will be. Maybe day or two. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm kind of sporadic on my live streams. The only thing that's pretty consistent on the live streams is when I live stream video game play, but that's whatever. Yeah, maybe that's something I'll work on this summer. Trying to button down a more solid live stream routine, kind of like my reviews on the Wednesdays and Sundays. It's a great idea. I'll think about that. So I don't have that answer for you. My take on Bane, that the Orlando Magic are stupid. I mean, they are one of the teams that always constantly makes bad choices. And to trade 4 draft picks away for a average 19-point season dude, like, what? He ain't going to bring them to the promised land. Like, what? Maybe one spot in the East they'll improve? Like, that's all they're going to do. He ain't it. I don't know what they're thinking. They should have just traded the water boy, too. Like, I don't know. Yep, Magic gave up way too much. 4 draft picks, like 2 of them were unprotected or 3 are unprotected draft picks. I can't recall quite the specifics, but yeah. They gave up way too much. What video games have I been live streaming? I've been live streaming Overwatch 2. I've been live streaming some Roblox play. Those are the 2 main. Sometimes I jump on the Nintendo and live stream some Mario Kart. But now that they got the new Nintendo Switch out, people are just live streaming the new Mario Kart, and I ain't gonna be spending $400 or $500 on a new system. So yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yep, just keep an eye out. You'll see it. Should pop up as long as you hit all the subscribe things correctly. When you follow the channel, because like when people leave comments, see, this is what I don't quite understand is people subscribe, but then maybe they don't click all the right things. So when people comment on my videos, and uh, sometimes it'll show like a little icon, right? And that little icon represents that you're a subscriber. And there's a lot of them that don't show up, but they're like subscribed to my channel, but the icon doesn't show up. So I don't know if like the all notifications isn't being clicked or what, but there's some notification that you got to click on when you subscribe to the channel. So when you do return and make a comment, I know that you're a subscriber. Because every time someone comments on one of my posts, whenever I do anything, I always do my normal, like, thanks for watching, thanks for commenting, please do subscribe to the channel and have a great day. That's like kind of like my normal thing that I say. And someone was like, dude, I've subscribed to your channel already, like Ben. But their icon doesn't show up. So I don't know. But like other people do, and I see that they got the icon next to their name, and so I'm like, oh, I don't need to go through that whole. I just say, hey, welcome back, thanks for watching again, whatever. I'm pretty chill. Yep, I'm pretty easygoing. Just ride the wave. Thank you. I do appreciate that, Zombie Slayer. And like I said, Zombie Slayer, I will make sure if the Pacers win, I will give you a shout out in my short video tomorrow if the Pacers win. And if they lose, maybe I'll still give you a shout out and say, well, you were wrong. Yeah, podcast. Like that's yeah, it's a learning curve. And you know what? 6 years in, and I still learn some stuff. But like I said, I'm just doing this just for fun. It's just something I want to do. It's something I like. So, guys, just do it to like it, and then hopefully it'll bring you some prosperity in the long run. Pacers tonight. Appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, if you're into doing any of that stuff, whether it's video game streaming, podcast, whatever you're consistency is one thing. Got to be consistent, and just do it for the enjoyment of yourself. Because once it starts to feel like a job, that grind, and it's this like meh, then it's just not worth it anymore. So do it for you and do it for your enjoyment, and don't give up. If you like, but if you hate it and you're not liking it, that's one thing. But if you're still liking it and you're still not getting the results, who cares? Just keep going. As long as you like it and you're enjoying what you're doing, keep at it. So what if only 2 people watch and you only have 10 subscribers or 10 followers or 10 people watch a podcast or whatever? As long as you like it, just keep doing it. Like that's what really matters. Yep, there you go. See, you're doing it with your friends. You're hanging out. There you go. You get together, you hang out, you have a good time. You may talk about a few things, then other people pop in and they like what you have to say and they like what you're listening to or what you're talking about, the topics. and that's that. Yep, that's how it goes. Yep. Man, and see that? Look at that. I've been at this for almost an hour and a half now. Solid. And lots of good content back and forth. And guess what? T minus like 45 minutes till the kickoff of the game. And I still got to make dinner. Steaks tonight. Well, cube steak. Not, and not fancy steak. But that's what I'm having for dinner tonight. Cube steak. Nothing fancy there. $10 years ago already? Wow. That is wild. Can't believe it's been 10 years already. LeBron James. Well, 10 years. Goes by quick, people. Like I said, been at this for 6 years already. I can't believe I got a thing. I got an email the other day. It says, today's your 6-year anniversary of YouTube. And I'm like, holy smoke, 6 years? Like, I've been doing this for 6 years now? Wow. Right? Well, people, there's 7 of you on. I don't like to cut it short, but I got to start dinner, and there's about 45 minutes until the game kicks off. So, hey, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for making these beautiful comments and sitting here with me and chatting basketball and various other things. And for all those who subscribe to the channel, I do appreciate that very much. And yeah, peace out, Zombie Slayer. And if depending on what happens tomorrow, I'll give you a shout out in my short video. All right. Hey, everybody, take care. Have a good one.